Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to do a twin flame reading. As always, masculines on the left, feminines on the right, and union energies down the center. Okay, can we just talk about how adorable these little gnomes are? They're my friends' mothers. I'm still in North Carolina in the mountains somewhere, and it is brisk, it is rainy, it is chilly, but it's super cozy. So let's get into it. Let me get situated. Forgive the modified setup. It doesn't matter because the meat and potatoes will still show up, right? Okay. I'm just going to turn that over. Anything for masculines? Anything for masculines? What are the masculines working with on their side of the street? What's showing up? What do they get to take accountability for? That's too many. Please be clear, Spirit. Please be clear. Something, okay. Interesting, okay. We have to be fair, but this time it is in the upright. This card has shown up in all of my readings. In the full moon, in the collective, in the feminine and masculine, I believe. Okay, so something about bringing balance to those you have shared gifts with. Masculines, this is good. This is good. You're bringing temperance to people, places, and things that are in your immediate environment. You're taking accountability. If you've taken more than you've given, that is balancing out the scales, or that is what you're called to balance out. If you've given more than you've taken, again, drawing boundaries around your self-worth, around your energy, around what you're willing to give that also is sustainable, right? Something I think most of us recovering people pleasers or recovering empaths, I assume that most of you watching me here are some sort of highly sensitive individual, empath, something. And boundaries, that's our greatest lesson, right? So I hope it's not too echoey in here, by the way. I'm feeling the echo more today for some reason. Anyway, so we're here to learn boundaries. So masculines, there's something around maybe the self-accountability piece is where have you been taking without grounding? Where have you been taking from someone where it hasn't been sustainable, where you're actually depleting these people? There's something about really balancing out that scale. And also, where are you allowing people to take from you, right? Okay. Okay, feminines. What are the feminines working with? What is showing up on their side of the street? What do you need to know? Okay, we have flexibility or flexible in reverse. Feminines, you've received this before. I remember giving you the same message. And we have imagine, and that apparently wanted to come out, and then fork in the road. Okay, feminines. Okay, feminines, you're called to a higher level of creativity and imagination. You are at this divine choice point, right? You're at this divine fork in the road. This was divinely timed. You had to go through what you had to go through in order to make it to this choice point. Sometimes we make it to a fork in the road earlier in our journey, but we're not really ready to make the choice that is of the highest and best good for our souls, for our soul alignment. What does that mean really? Well, maybe we weren't, maybe we hadn't mastered certain lessons yet. Maybe we needed to learn self-worth, boundaries, kind of honoring our own sacred temple before before being gifted the path that is of the highest and best good. You're being asked to, okay, feminines, where in your life have you been a little rigid with your time, space, beliefs, schedule, the way you're approaching or thinking about something? You're being called to drop into your imagination and just surrender to the kind of like creative process. Allow your intuition and your instinct to guide this creative process in a way that leads you to the mystery, leads you to surrendering to the unknown. You know, it's hard when we're trying to be in control of everything down to the nitty gritty. Sometimes it doesn't leave that sacred space open for the universe to gift us with something, with an opportunity, with an idea, with a person. So I'm calling upon you, feminines, to invite more trust and faith in your divine path. Where can you surrender just a little piece of this journey? I also have to say a little disclaimer. I honor that if you have had your boundaries severely crossed in this life, it can feel very difficult and almost activating to actually surrender, because surrender requires us to trust. And if you've had your trust broken, or if you've been betrayed or abandoned or rejected, which almost all of us are working with, I would dare to say 2 or 3 out of those 4, right? You know, this is a time where you're being invited to call your spirit back from places it doesn't belong. It doesn't really matter who or what is in front of you. The trust that you're working on is the trust within yourself, right? So yes, it's scary because someone could possibly cross your boundary, but what we're doing here is stepping deeper into our sovereignty and finding safety within, to trust that we will not cross our boundary, that we will not take a step forward that is dissonant, that is out of alignment. If we feel doubt, if we feel fear, if we feel any sort of sketchiness, if we feel anything that is not on the up and up, we have free will. We are sovereign. We can wield our wise discernment in a way that protects us, right? We don't have to put ourselves in harm's way in this specific way. We don't have to leap off the cliff trusting someone else to catch us when we know we can catch us, right? So there's something here about really calling your spirit back from where you've given away your power, right? Let's plug all of those leaks to where you're leaking power, where you're giving someone else's words or someone else power over you, right? Okay. Do I have anything else to say about that? I'm not going to talk about it, but I am going to show you. Feminines, this was in the unconscious position for you. So this is what's being pushed into the shadows. We have the orphaned card. So again, I mean, I didn't even look, and I think I just said this, didn't I, about feeling abandonment or rejection or unworthiness. You're being called to pull this out of the shadows, shine a light on this, and really take accountability, really trust in something higher. Try to look through this lens at this abandonment, or whatever you want to call it, through the lens of the highest and best possible interpretation. If you were not abandoned, you would not have gained the awareness and self-love through this adversity, through this pain. I'm not saying to go out searching for pain so you could, gain more lessons. I'm saying let's honor what has happened, that it's already happened. The past is no longer in your control, but the present is in your control, and how you choose to look at the past. Okay. And the union energy, spirit, what do we need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Hold on, I need to roll up my sleeves. They're getting in the way. What do we have here? Interesting. We have clean it up in reverse and the here and now. Okay, so let me just see if there's anything else. Anything else, spirit? Anything else? Yes, there is something else. Okay, interesting. So union energies, both of us, so feminines and masculines, both of us, meaning both sides of our internal and external feminine and masculines, are being called to a more pristine discernment. Okay. Sorry, it's just like a lot of energy. So, we have clean it up in reverse. So there's something that maybe you're not really allowing yourself to fully let go of, to fully discern. When we put all of our desires in one basket, or towards one person, or towards one expectation or outcome, we give that basket a lot of power. We're being asked to call our basket home, call our spirit back from places it doesn't belong, call all of our eggs back home that we put in this one basket, take accountability, and literally like call back these pieces of self to back home so you can really sink into your wholeness. There's something here by allowing our energetic eggs, by allowing them to stay in these other baskets that are no longer serving us. We are in a fragmented state. There's parts of ourselves that are not online. There's holes in our energy. We're leaking our power, our energetic state, our energetic currency is draining our bank account when we choose to stay invested in these things. Could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a family dynamic, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You're being called to clean this part of your life, clean this part of your consciousness, your psyche up. Okay? Then we have not for you and here and now. Feminines and masculines, your only job is to take up enough space to, hold on, let's rewind. Your only job is to, what do I say all the time? To love yourself enough, to take up enough space to go at your own pace so that you can access your divine wise discernment. Your discernment is not going to look like other people's choices and actions. Your discernment only comes from your intuition. We access our intuition by staying grounded. The faster we go, the more we're moving in a reactive or a fear-based state of existence. The slower we go, the more presence we can bring to what we're doing, the more consciousness we can live in, right? By bringing more consciousness to exactly what's in front of us in the present moment, right here, right now, the more we will gain access to our wise discernment. Do you hear how slow I'm speaking? Because these words are very important. If you can just master slowing your mind down and slowing your nervous system down, you will gain access to a whole host of data and knowledge that will, with time and a little space and attention, will alchemize and transmute into wisdom. This is what we want to do. We want to live from a place of consciousness, from a place of wisdom. Really cool message here. It's very clear. These lessons are universal lessons. I'm not surprised it came up in the union energies. Okay, I just looked. In the unconscious for the union energies, we have a change in the wind. Beautiful. Wait, what is that? It's a little creature. I don't know if you, hold on, let me try and focus. Do you see right there this little creature sitting on this gazebo that's attached to the zebra's back? This is interesting because we have a structure and it's attached to a mobile, living, breathing organism. So the message I'm getting here is that we are called to ground in the chaos of movement, right? The only thing that we can rely on in this life is change, right? So we might as well use our resources to get comfortable with change. Another word for change could be chaos. Not always, not if we're flowing with change, not if we are in the divine surrender and receptivity of change. But it is chaos if we're fighting against change, right? If we are holding on to the old while the new is trying to be rebirthed. I mean, think about what happens when a baby is coming down through the birth canal and like getting in the right position to exit the mother, right? What if the mother said, nope, midway, nope, I don't want to have this change. I'm not ready to be a mother. I'm not ready for this baby to come. Well, tough crap, mom, because the baby is coming. Yes, there's extenuating circumstances where babies get stuck and interventions have to be made, but that's just an analogy or an idea that the change, once the birth and the labor process begins, we cannot stop it, nor should we, right? Dangerous things can happen when we try to fight against the natural current of our life. Okay. Do we need anything else? No, I'm going to put that aside. Let's drop into another layer. Let's go deeper. Okay, let's go back to masculines. What do we need to know about masculines bringing temperance and justice? Okay, so masculines, you are operating, you are doing this work in the realm of love. What does that mean for you? Are you bringing balance to a specific beloved relationship, a partner? Are you bringing relationship to family matters? We have love in the reverse here. So you are being called to, bring your love life into, flip it upside down and bring it into alignment. Have you lived a life where you have taken a great deal from your family, or your family has taken a great deal from you? It is now time to honor that time in your life, be it good or bad, be it useful or not useful, be it lovely or painful, whatever the spectrum is. Honor what has happened and honor your divine worthiness that you are allowed to make a new choice, that you can atone for your actions of taking too much in certain circumstances with your divine beloved, with your family, at work, and take accountability for where you've taken too much. Or you can take accountability for your own boundaries if people, places, and things have taken too much from you in your life. Let us honor the pain of that. That's deeply painful when we're not able to hold boundaries for ourselves, when we let people bleed us dry. That's very painful, masculine. So allow yourself to be, call upon a lot of grace right now. Give yourself and your loved ones or people that have betrayed you or taken from you or taken without intention or consciousness. Allow that pain to rise because it needs to exit your body. Allow this awareness to vibrate through, have your emotions, share the grief, the pain, the anger, the rage, whatever it is, the frustration, the grief. If maybe your family has not been loving and supportive or something, or people have not been loving or supportive, honor that this is just an experience that the universe is mirroring back to you so that you could step into deeper self-awareness. What do you get to take accountability here and now for, masculines, regarding love, regarding your beliefs around love? Maybe you have limiting beliefs around love. Maybe you have fear of false evidence appearing real, different limiting beliefs. Do you have fear around commitment because people have taken from you in the past? Do you have fear of commitment because people have abandoned you or rejected you or betrayed you in the past? You're being called to take even deeper accountability and step into this awareness of your own role in this narrative around love in your life. Do you find that you're living the same patterns with love over and over again on a loop? It is time to step out of the chaos, to step into the role as the divine witness and really discern what is showing up on your side of the street. What do you get to be responsible for in this moment? Okay. Yeah, in the unconscious, you have patience, masculines. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have patience when we're dissecting these really profound parts of our psyche, right? Let me just shine a light of reality on you, masculines, that you didn't get this way overnight, right? It might have taken you 10 years, 20, 30 plus years to get this way, to develop these patterns. It's not going to unplug overnight. It can. Let's hold that sacred possibility that you can change your entire life in a blink of an eye, in a second. That's how fast spirit works. However, that's not usually how it works for most of us. So let's bring in a profound amount of grace. Honor that these awarenesses are sometimes painful and it takes space and time to process them and to bring in more love with all of the pain that is rising. Okay, so if you find yourself that you're trying to rush the process, call yourself out. right? You didn't rush the process getting into these patterns. You shouldn't rush the process getting out of these patterns. Okay, feminines, what do we got? What are we working with, feminines? What do feminines need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? What is this fork in the road about, Spirit? What is this fork in the road? What is this fork in the road? Okay, we have passion in reverse. All right, feminines, you have collectively been working with worthiness this entire go around. The collective feminines have been learning to step into their worthiness. It makes sense. We've been combating hundreds and hundreds of years of culture, society, legislation, all the other things that have told us we are not enough, that have not valued the feminine energy, the feminine power, the feminine intuition, which is medicine, which is magic. Feminine energy is the portal, the only thing, the only conduit that can usher in new souls through her physical vessel on the planet. Do you understand how unique and powerful it is that you have been chosen to be that divine portal? Let us honor how painful it has been when our divinity has not been honored, right? Has been raped, pillaged, criticized, cut, pasted, degraded, demeaned, put down, told we're not good enough, told our body has to look a certain way, our personalities have to be a certain way, our eros and sexuality has to be a certain way to be worthy. Feminines, your job is to only define self by self and God and the divine and the quantum field. Your soul is divine. That those orders only come down from a higher place. You're being called to turn this compassion upside down, right? So you're let's put it in the context of this narrative. Feminines are at a fork in the road. You can choose to love yourself, to go one way and love yourself and step and surrender into the mystery of this whole new life. What would your life look like if you just woke up and loved yourself in every moment? Loved every nook and cranny of your personality, of your body, of your soul? What would it look like if you did things for you, if you pursued your own interests, pursued your own passions, rooted in your divine soul's truth? What would that life look like? Or you could stay on the other path and choose the other, the other road where you continue to let external forces define who you are and what you're capable of. Your job is to take this lack of love and empathy and compassion and turn it upside down, feminines. I'm going to leave it right side up to, mark where we're being called to. Okay. All right. Union energies. Let's bring this down. What do we need for, I'm sorry, my brain is stopping. Let me just review the message. Okay, we're cleaning things up. We're taking accountability. We're stepping into wise discernment in the present moment in the union energy. Okay, what would support us, Spirit, from doing this? What would help us clean it up? Let me just ask a specific question. Spirit, what are we cleaning up as a collective? What are we cleaning up? What does this have to do with? What would you like to share with us? Okay, so we are cleaning up the health of our manifestations. We are cleaning up, it could be our actual physical health. I mean, that would behoove everyone. I literally wrote in my journal this morning that when my body feels good, I have access to more possibilities. So there's something here about that, right? When our body is feeling good, we are not distracted by all the things that make it feel bad. So what does that do to our perceptual awareness? It expands it, right? When we're not distracted with the pain or with feeling uncomfortable or with the lack of self-love, bodily, physical, physiological love, we have more bandwidth to invest our attention and awareness in different things. All right, so the other message here is quite literally, we're cleaning up the health of our manifestations. So some of you have been manifesting out of alignment, right? Check yourself. Take accountability. Are you manifesting people, places, and things that you think you should be manifesting? That's out of alignment. The only thing that can inform your choices is your own soul, is your own resonance, right? How do we discern resonance? We tune into our body instrument. If our bodies are not healthy, our instrument is not working in optimal, order, and it's not functioning optimally. So some of you might need to literally clean up your health. What does that mean? I mean, I have to do that myself. I've had a lot of body pain recently in my like hips and back, and all my old tricks are not working. Like doing this certain yoga series used to always get me out of it, and it's not. So it's telling me that I might need external support. I might need help. I'm allowed to ask for help when I confront things that are hard for me to do. We're allowed to ask for help. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe it's from a doctor, maybe it's from a naturopath, an alternative medicine healer, maybe it's from a dietitian or a personal trainer, maybe it's from a sound healer or breath worker or whatever your flavor of desire of health and healing is. Only you can make that discernment. Okay, what's in the, oh my God, you guys, again, this came out in the full moon reading in the exact same position. So what do I always say? The card that is on the bottom of the deck is the shadow position, is what's showing up in the unconscious. When a card is in reverse in the unconscious, it is a false shadow. The card that we have in the false shadow position is karmic completion. So let's just reverse it. In the reverse, I would tell you that you're pushing something that needs to come into completion into the shadow, right? You're avoiding some sort of completing some cycle, ending a loop, ending a pattern, something. However, it's in the reverse. It's in the false shadow. So for me, it's not going to be what you think it looks like. The thing that needs to complete is not the thing you think it is. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. The only reason I'm really hammering on about this, because one, it's come up in the last like 3 readings in the same exact position. 2, no one can tell you what this is. I can't tell you. I mean, maybe if I sat down one-on-one with you and I did a personal reading, which I do, I have opening spots for personal reading. Sure, I could support you in that way. However, only you can discern this in your own soul. Only you can identify what this is in the present moment when it's in front of you. This is even in the shadow to yourself. So you're not going to know what it is until you know what it is. What does that require? That requires awareness. That requires presence. That requires being able to tune into your body instrument and your awareness that is in constant communication with you in the present moment. Okay. Whew, great reading. I mean, great messages. Let's see. Do I want to just do union now? Let's see what comes up. Anything else for union? Yes. We have summer, bask in joy and light in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand feminines and masculines that when you're doing this deep psyche excavation, right? You're deeply excavating the things that are blocking love, that are blocking your conscious awareness. I understand how it can be really hard when you're spending time in that intensity to be able to enjoy the lighter side of life. You're being called to remember joy, remember play, remember fun. We also have the broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace, and we have a traveler, move in a new direction. This is a discernment piece. You are being called, feminines and masculines, out of your patterns. There's this idea of radical discontinuity, which means start doing things in a way that you don't normally do them. If you brush your teeth with your right hand, brush your teeth with your left hand. If you put on your pants with your right leg first, put them on with your left leg first. If normally you stay indoors when there's a thunderstorm, maybe not a thunderstorm, but a rainstorm, go outside and romp in the rain, play, dance, do something totally out of the ordinary. When you start to do these things with little things, you're literally breaking the neurological patterns in your brain, and you start creating new neurological pathways. This is really important because slowly your brain gets used to uncomfortable situations. So if it starts to get you comfortable in uncomfortable situations with the little things, you then start to create reference points for comfort in chaos, in the face of disorder, for the bigger things, right? For me, maybe today it's switching my hand with my toothbrush. Maybe tomorrow it's public speaking. Maybe tomorrow it's having that difficult confrontation with a coworker. Basically, you are breaking the patterns that you've spent years cultivating. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else? Okay, we have Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And then we have Lady, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. Okay, feminines and masculines, really important message here. You are worthy in progress. You are not only worthy when you achieve the thing. You are worthy right now. So enjoy this growth process, right? The journey is oh my God, what's that quote? That the journey is the destination or something, basically meaning the destination is not your goal. The goal is not your destination. The journey to the goal is the meat and potatoes, is the gift, is the core heart of the matter. So allow yourself to reap the rewards of this growth process. You can reap them right now. You don't have to have achieved something or to be where you want to be in order to really receive this love. What's interesting, I didn't even realize I put it on this love in reverse. So love yourself in progress, feminines and masculines. This is really important. This will give you reference points for loving yourself while you're in chaos, right? This is a beautiful idea. This nurtures your firm foundation. Okay, I think I'm actually going to end it there. Let me just look at this unconscious really quick. We have arrow, surround yourself with protective energy, and it's being pushed into the shadows. I mean, I'll say one quick thing about this. Do some of you feel like you're not even worthy of protection? Do some of you feel like you're not even worthy to ask for help? It's just a false evidence appearing real. It's just a fear. It's just an idea, right? It's just a story you've been telling yourself. So unplug from that narrative and write a new story. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Great reading. I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one.